The diversity panel occurred Friday, February 17th. It was organized by Mr. Cortiel, who asked teachers to recommend students to speak at the panel. 14 students were assembled, a boy and a girl for each topic. The panel discussed their topic and how it would impact Sycamore.
My name is Nia Jeter, and I am a sophomore at Sycamore.
My name is RJ Barnes. I'm a senior here at Sycamore, and I'm representing the African American community. Something about stereotypes about African Americans is kind of just how people sometimes view us as lesser, that we can't do the same tasks that they can do, when that's not true at all. We are just as capable of doing the things anyone else can do.
A common misconception I often get is that African Americans are often angry all the time or have something to be angry about. I'm just as capable and willing to do any other quality of work that anyone else would do.
I'm not who the media portrays me to be, because I see a lot of things in the media that portray not even just black people in general as just kind of really aggressive and drug dealers and stuff like that, and that's not me. That's not me at all.
Other African Americans' decisions don't reflect upon others. Some do make horrible decisions and that leads them down horrible paths, but that doesn't generalize everyone else. In America, I feel like blacks have been oppressed for such a long time, and as well as other races, but I'm only like African American, so I don't know how to speak for any other race or ethnicity. Black Lives Matter brings that issue to surface and portrays it.
Some people try to act as if racism is not an issue, when not only for black people, it's a day-to-day issue that I myself personally deal with, but I'm sure many other races deal with. And the faster that we can realize that racism is an issue amongst people of many races, the faster we can come to deal with it.
So I'm Jonathan Malik, 11th grade junior at Sycamore High School, representing and being an ambassador for Christianity.
I'm Melana, I'm a junior here too. I think one misconception about like Christianity, and specifically for me, is that I was born a Christian. My family, I wasn't born a Christian, that's what I can say. My family are followers, but I didn't understand Christianity. I didn't get what it really meant until probably like 8th grade freshman year. I was slowly learning more. A big thing is that I'm Christian, but I'm not perfect, and I think that's the whole point of Christianity, is that we're not perfect and that everybody makes mistakes. Obviously, this world is messed up. Like, I think nobody can say that this world is perfect.
There's definitely something, I feel like in every Christian's life, that they experience what's called like a turn of event. Something like an experience that they go through, or a mindset change, or something that differentiates the way and pattern in which you look at life itself. And that right there is like the basis, or like the foundation of your belief system in starting to believe in Christianity.
It's important to know that like everybody's gone through things, and that just because I'm white, I'm a Christian, and I go to Sycamore, doesn't mean I don't have things that have gone wrong in my life, or that I haven't struggled with things. Mine, I felt like, was more gradual because I grew up in a Christian family, but there's definitely like turning points in my life, or like times where I noticed like a change in myself, even if it was gradual, that like I have like a hope of something else. So yeah.
Hi guys, I'm Victor Lim. I'm a junior here at Sycamore High School. I represent the Asian American culture here at the high school.
Hi, I'm Orchid, and I'm a senior, and I also represent the Asian American population at Sycamore.
One of the stereotypes they have is that Asians are like really intelligent, which I guess we are, but it puts a lot of pressure on us at school to do better and overachieve, as opposed to if we were just treated the same as everybody else, then we wouldn't have to work as hard to maintain that status.
I think that stereotype came about because in Asian culture we really value education, and so we want to work really hard to get the fullest. Another stereotype about Asians that people have is that we are very passive and we don't really speak up. I think that's because, again, in our culture we value respect a lot, so respect for us is not like speaking out against all our authorities and stuff, which is different from America, because America has an adversary kind of culture.
I don't exactly identify as Chinese. A lot of people think I'm Chinese, but My parents actually originated from Malaysia. I just find it interesting that a lot of people assume a lot of Asians to just be Chinese, and that's the one Asian race.
I just wish that people knew there are many different cultures within Asia, and just like in China, there are many different dialects, and it's not just one big Chinese population.
Hi, my name is Sharifa and I'm a senior and I'm representing Muslims in the Middle East.
I'm Amin Tabi and I am also representing Muslims in the Middle East.
So I'm going to talk about my headscarf, which is also known as the hijab. So the hijab is a symbol of modesty and faith in our Islam. It introduces me to the world. Hello, I'm Muslim and I exercise my right to choose. Now, a lot of people think that I don't have a choice in wearing it, but I actually do. It's the best gift that my hijab gives me. I choose to wear it and I have the power to control who can see my hair and my body and who can't. I choose to be beautiful on my own terms and to be seen as I deserve to be seen. I wear my hijab as a shout out to all other Muslims who stand against Islamophobia and to tell people, look at me, I'm a Muslim woman and I'm compassionate and I'm peaceful and I care. To other people, they see us as a violent religion. True Islam promotes tolerance, humility, and love. The media's projection of my faith is twisted and disfigured and in no way relates to reality. So in the Quran, which is our book that we use, Allah or God urges us to enter absolutely into peace. We are instructed that there is no compulsion in the matter of religion. It is your right to choose your faith, for if you do not care to be a part of mine, then to you be your religion and to me be mine. A message of love and peace for all eternity.
Another stereotype that people have against people in the Middle East is that, like everyone's the same. Well, I'm from Iran and she is Egyptian, and people group us together when really we're actually very different. We have a different culture. I speak a different language than her, so not everything is the same. Like she said, I feel like a lot of people have a dissenting opinion against Muslims in general, but the majority of us, we're very peaceful religion. We don't like conflict. That's like a very small amount of people. When I lived there, from what I learned, is people are very pro-USA because they see that this country has a lot to give, but maybe the government turns a blind eye to that.
Well, my name is Caroline Keaton. I am a junior here, and I am the female representative for the Hispanic community.
My name is Enrique Martin. I'm a junior, and I'm representing the Latino Hispanic community. Just because it comes from Latin America doesn't mean it's necessarily Mexican.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's a big assumption that we're all Mexicans, that we're all like just eating tacos every day. And I mean, don't get me wrong, being Mexican is great, but I mean, I'm personally from Puerto Rico.
I'm from Cuba.
Yeah, so we're not Mexican.
Yeah, we're not all Mexican.
I get the question a lot of when I say I'm Puerto Rican, they're like, oh, do you speak Puerto Rican?
Mm-hmm.
And the answer is no. Puerto Rican is not a language. Spanish is the language.
Yeah,
I am
Spanish.
Puerto Rican, but
Excellent.
yeah, it's
Yeah,
not a
I don't
language.
speak Cuban. Mexicans don't speak Mexican. We all speak language, with the exception of Brazil, who speaks Portuguese, but we mostly all speak Spanish.
Yeah. I think for me personally, so I am Puerto Rican and I was raised with the Puerto Rican culture, but like genetically I have a lot of different things in me. So I have a lot of like Lebanese influence also. So just because I am Hispanic and I was raised Hispanic and I speak Spanish doesn't mean that I'm only Puerto Rican.
I can say the same. A lot of my family comes from Spain, and we're not all just Native American per se. We're not all undocumented. Most of us have papers or have become naturalized citizens.
I mean, I was raised here. I was born in the United States. Assuming that we're all like in the same group and just like the constant jokes of like running from immigration gets a little old.
My name's JD Locke. I'm a senior here.
I'm Renee. I'm a senior as well, and we are speaking on behalf of white Caucasian American students.
Yeah. So I think in general, a big stereotype of white people is that we don't necessarily go through the same life struggles as other races. And I'm not saying that we can necessarily understand all the other types of struggles, but we definitely have struggles ourselves, just like everybody else.
Like JD said, we don't necessarily know what everybody goes through. On my behalf and my experience, as far as family members go, people might associate white people like the perfect white suburban family, a mom, dad, brother, sister, dog, growing up, but that's not always the case. And my story, I'm growing up with a single parent. My dad passed away when I was in the 7th grade, and it's not always the easiest thing, but I mean, it is life, and we all have our struggles that we go through that people may not always see.
Another misconception is that like white people are just generally wealthier than other cultures and races. And I know for me personally, college has been kind of difficult just trying to figure out where I can afford to go. And I think a misconception is that, you know, we can just kind of afford whatever we want and go wherever we want just because we're white, and that's not always the case. And so I guess personally, just because this is such a relevant topic right now to me and to all of us going through high school, trying to figure out where to go next year, it's definitely a struggle that I have faced and am currently facing.
Don't always automatically assume that, you know, everything's smooth sailing for us, because it's not always. We definitely face struggles just like everyone else does. We don't think that we are superior to anyone else. We believe that we are equal just like everyone else.
Hi, I'm Maddie Weiss. I'm in 10th grade.
And I'm Jacob Frankel. I'm also in 10th grade, and today we're representing the Jewish community. So let's open with a story. There was once a man who is interested in becoming Jewish. He's interested in converting. He goes to the lauded rabbi at the time, Rabbi Akiva, and he says, "Teach me everything there is to know about Judaism, but while I'm standing on one foot." Rabbi Akiva thinks a second, and he responds. He says, "Treat others the way you want to be treated." It's the golden rule.
The basis of how we interpret Judaism is it's mostly about moral values and about love and peace and respect for each other and treatment of people equally and rightfully. And all the stories that are within the Torah are to show those values. So a lot of how we practice Judaism is about taking those values and putting them into our lives and spreading them and helping other people.
We accept all other faiths. Jews in particular, we do not mind what other faith you want to respect, as long as it doesn't infringe upon our respect of our faith. So we're not trying to go out there and convert a non-Jew to become a Jew. We're very content with whatever faith you decide to choose.
And that also ties into the whole moral thing. So it's about taking what we've learned from our religion and using that to better other people's lives.
Now, there are a lot of different aspects of Judaism, so I might be a little bit more religious than Maddie is.
Right.
And it's important just to note how many different sects there are and the diversity within Judaism itself. You know? But we do have a clear set of teachings for everyone that goes back to the golden rule and to the basic fundamental acceptance of all religions and the fundamental teachings in Judaism.